Hello, hello. I can hear myself. Let's not. There we go. That's better. Right. Hello. Today is a very different stream. It's just gonna be more of a chill time one. Um, and yeah, as the title indicates, I will be talking about DoujinCon. Um, so I've just realized you can kind of see my um screen in my mirror. Nerd. Oh my god. No, I'm not a nerd, I swear. Hello, Levy. Welcome in. How are you? Um, yeah. But yeah, DoujinCon. First con. Um, so I don't know if anyone's like now I've never been to Japan, um, which I hopefully will go to at some point. Oh my god. There's a Mince and a Miyubi. Hello guys, how are you? And yeah, so I'm gonna get so sidetracked, but it's fine because we're just chatting. I've got water. I may also have sake, so I may have some of that in my fancy little sake cup. Um, but yeah, so DoujinCon is basically um anyway, no, I was saying I haven't been to Japan. Go there eventually. Anyway, yeah, so DoujinCon is basically based off of Comiket in Japan, and it was the first event that they've ever done. Um, Now, to be honest, I hadn't even heard of it until uh, Miss Amani invited me to go with her because she wanted some help at her stall. So I was like, sure, why not? Could be interesting. Um, First time being behind um the stall instead of being a con goer, just like normally, I guess. Um, which was very different. Um, Also, I feel like this music is not fitting the vibe at all. Let me find something else. Um, but what's everyone else up to this evening while I search for more music and then I'll continue rambling? Um, because I cannot multitask, as you may have noticed from last week's stream, where I tried to talk and play Resident Evil at the same time. It did not go well at all. Um, is this the... You know what? Maybe this one will be fine. Maybe? I don't know. Very quiet music now. I can barely hear it. Anyway, as much as I enjoy metal music, sometimes it can get a bit distracting. Um, yeah, anyway. So, DoujinCon, being behind instead of being a cosplayer. Well, I did still cosplay for the first day, but that was kind of only because I wanted to do the um crispies butchies event for Zoneless. Let's try that again. Zenless Zone Zero. However, I was way too late for most of the rewards, which sucks because it was not very clear on their posts or even on the little handout they did. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, the prizes are only available for 2 days," and those 2 days ran over when I was at Hyper Japan, which is also really annoying because I went on the Friday, so I went the day before. So I literally, it's annoying. And it was only at the London Bridge Butchies. So they're like, oh yeah, go to all Butchies. And it's like, nah. no, no, no. You can only go to this specific one. They don't tell you that you have to go to get the stuff on these particular days. But then it's like, oh yeah, the event's running from here to here, and it's like, no, it's not. Like you get a poster and um a little um postcard thing and a code, but that's it. That's all you get. If you miss those 2 days, you get squat. Anyway, that wasn't the purpose of that. Hello, uh, Scott the Unkillable. Interesting name. I like it. I like it. Welcome in. Um, we're just talking about uh DoujinCon, which is a new event in London. Um, and yeah, I went on a bit of a ramble there. Yeah, no Bernice. Although I did get Bernice promo code card, so did kind of get Bernice. And you, I want to say you can see it up here, but the poster is literally like I put it there. I thought it might be a bit more visible. But yeah, um, I might grab it in a moment. Or do I have the smaller one handy? No, it's over there. Okay, you know, I see some legs. Legs. Oh yeah, yeah, Ambi's legs. Ambi's little leggies. Um, yeah. So it's it was in the Novotel in Hammersmith, and it was quite small because it's like the hotel has its own um convention area, so they do it for like conferences and things like that. So it wasn't a too small area, but it was the map that they did. It looked bigger than what it actually was. So yeah, it was a bit misleading. I can see my hand in the reflection of my mirror. I should have covered my mirror. What? Hang on. Oh, I'm getting in the way. Little wave. Anyway, and yeah, so um, it was there was actually quite. I come from the Garden of Eden. Oh my god, there's quite a lot of people in there, spooky people. But thank you for coming in. Um, yeah. So anyway, I was quite surprised on like how there was actually quite a few artists there. So they had like you sort of go in and there was like obviously one row and then another row and then row behind it and then there was like two smaller rows at the back area and then they had three tables for um little workshops which I ended up missing. But I did see them, and one of them was by oh, what's there's a channel that's like Maya something. DoujinCon. Maya. No, that's not. I'm trying to see if I can find anything. No. Ah, list of artists attending. So there was Maya. Maybe I got the name wrong. Um, I don't know. That's very strange. Unless it's one of the Japanese ones. It could very well be one of the Japanese ones, and I just can't read it right now. Um, but yeah, there was quite a few sort of semi well known. Um, I say semi well known. Probably people probably know them better than I do, but there was some quite well known artists there, um, and even artists like don't know if anyone's ever heard of watermelon books. If you do, you probably know what they're about. And I don't really need to say anymore. Um, I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you doing? Um, and there was a couple of artists from conventions I've been to previously. So there was two artists there from um Hyper Japan 2 weeks prior, and it was it was quite surreal because it was the Saturday and um what's hang on, I've got a bunch of cards here that are not of the artists that I wanted. Ah, here we go. So, oh, it's punched through. But I don't even know how to pronounce that right now. Hang on, hang on. So anyway, the artist that was next to us, I saw their post on Instagram and I kind of looked at it and was just like, oh, that's cool. They're a DoujinCon. That's really cool. And then I kind of looked at it because I'd walked around previously and I'd seen their art and I just kind of looked at one of them while I was sitting behind the stall and like, oh my God, it's you. Um, so that was quite funky. Um, if I can, oh my God, followers. It's IXVG. You know what? The names are really hard to pronounce, but is that going to focus? It's not going to focus. Um, where's my webcam? Details. Oh, okay. I didn't have it on autofocus. There we go. Okay. So let's see if that'll focus. Yeah. So this artist here, and this was the post that I saw, and I was just like, oh, what? This is funky. They've got some cool stuff. And then it was this one right here. Oh, this little thing here that I saw through um the little window that I could see on their side. And that's what tipped me off to it. But I got some funky little hair clips from them. But yeah, there was a lot of artists. There's oh God, because they actually got artists in from Japan, so there was quite a few. Oh, the Remnus, thank you very much for the follow, and I'm glad you're doing okay, Scar. That is very good. Um, and yeah, I there was one called Nyonnyonba, which I feel like I kind of recognize. Um, Blue Twin Tail. There was Cotton Heart. I don't actually. I feel like that's um someone that maybe recognize. I'm not sure, but either way, there was quite a lot of people there, and it was it was quite interesting to see like the variation as well because you had sort of like VTuber stuff, especially with what like Amane was doing, and then you had sort of you had like Final Fantasy stuff, and then you had like a load of books. So you had like actual doujinshis, blah blah blah. Um, and now my camera's gonna freak out whenever I move my hands. Yeah, so you had actual doujinshis there as well. And there was quite a lot of like print art, which I think was quite popular. There was definitely um okay. Um, I mean, eight. Oh, you mean like so? Too bad I can't read. um, no, I mean it's only really like language, so like swearing. I may play some. I say may. I do play a fair amount of horror games, especially around October time, I definitely play a lot of horror games. So if that's considered 18 plus, then possibly, but it's not really. I don't. There's not really anything that I play that's got like sexual themes. So yeah, I'm just. I mean, I will always put like a content label on if there's something that I know might have something a bit dodgy in. Um, but otherwise, I would say pretty safe. Um, so hopefully that kind of answers your question. um, oh, you did. Okay. Um, on Saturday I got some stuff. I Saturday was the busier day, so I'm sorry if I don't remember. I also was extremely tired that weekend because that was literally my third convention in a row, and I am still really tired from it because I did 2 days of Hyper Japan 2 weeks prior in London. I live quite far up north, so that's already quite a distance. And then the weekend after, I was down in Manchester for 1 day of MegaCon, which wasn't so bad, but still another long day convention, like travel, all that kind of stuff. And then down to London again, and I went straight after work as well. So that was fun. I didn't actually get to London until about, I think it was probably about 10:30-ish because there was delays, which was not fun on top of an already long journey. Big Flanders. Um, yeah. So, and then was up till like 2:30 in the morning because I needed to eat and I couldn't relax. um, Horror. Cool. I'm glad I answered it. Yes. I'll always try and um if it is something that's 18 plus, there'll definitely be something that pops up to let you know. Um, I have accidentally used the filter for the wrong games before or left it on for stuff that isn't sort of classed as that. So yeah, um, I'll always try and make sure that you you're aware of the rating. Sunday morning, Flandere. Wait. Who's Flandere? I was Nicole from Zenless Zone Zero on Saturday. Um, mate, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes to that. Because on the Saturday, I was Nicole and Amane was Miyabi. Um, so it's okay. It happens. Like even with smaller conventions, it can still get a bit crazy because there's there's still quite a bit going on. So I totally understand not remembering properly. Like I'm terrible anyway. My brain just conks out so easily. Um, but yeah, it's all good. Um, there was actually a couple of cosplayers there, which was quite nice to see. Um, I did end up seeing a Ellen from Zenless. She was she was proper dancing to the music, which is actually something I'm going to talk about in a moment because oh my god, the music. Um, 3 conventions in a row. Yeah, yeah, 3 conventions in a row is a lot. I I thought I'd be okay because I really do enjoy conventions. But also they do get kind of tiring after a while. As much as they are enjoyable. Ah, yes. It it is a cinnamon roll pusheen, my little mascot, and very squishy too. Very squishy. Wow. Also, it's just kind of fun to squish sometimes. Just like, um, Koshi from Toho there and Fumo. Oh, are you about that? I can word. Are you on about the one with the wings that had the crystal bits dropping down? Because she was helping her, I think, partner out of one of the stalls, which I believe is on my thing over there. Oh, Flounder. Yeah, that was definitely something else. I, yeah, I don't know these ones. I see some of them. Hang on. Let me just quickly grab, um, because I have the artist thingy. One sec. Okay, I'm just gonna bring the whole thing, because oh my god. Ah, right. Koshi had a yellow outfit and a hat. A yellow outfit and a hat. Oh god, now you're really testing my memory. Um, Yellow outfit and a hat. I, I, I don't know. Yeah, I'm super confused. But the artist is this one here. So it wasn't her that was in the cosplay. It was either her partner or the um her friend helping her. I can't remember which one it was now. Um, it might have been partner, but yeah. Um, it's all good. Like conventions get pretty crazy. See, another weeb knows. Another weeb knows what's what. Oh, also, I'm gonna, I'm totally gonna get distracted because that's what's gonna happen. But even though it was a bit of a struggle, oh, you had to Google. Okay. um, so while I didn't get anything, any like other prizes from the Zenless stuff, I'm pretty happy with the sticker sheet because look at these little guys. Look at little Ambi. Look at Crispy. Look at the other Ambi. Look at Belle. Look at Bernice. Like, just look how cute this is. Like, look how cute that is. That's adorable. They're just having a little fun. They're just having a good time. And oh yeah, actually, now that I've got this, I can kind of it does, it really does. You know what? I think they even have like similar color schemes ish. I posted all the stuff I got on a mayonnaise server. Oh wait, hang on. I think I know who posted that now. Although I'm gonna. Oh my god, I can't get them. Oh my days. Come on, get in. Get in the folder. Get in. Jesus. Okay. Okay, so the the big one that's up there is this, which is pretty nice. It's pretty cute. Um, yeah. Ambi eat burger. Well, no, she's not allowed the burger because she keeps having too many of them. I say that she's going to find a way to eat all the burgers regardless. There we go. That's better. Nitro fuel milkshake. Yes, all the nitro fuel. Um, where was I? Got absolutely sidetracked there. So anyway, yeah, there was for for the size of the venue, there was a lot more artists than you'd think. Um, and yeah, the variations. So you had you actually had, yeah, like I was saying, the Doujinshis. There. Japanese words. Um, like actual stories there, which I didn't get to read because I was doing the whole, when you go to a convention and you do the whole, I'm just going to look around first and then I'll come back and buy things later. It's basically that. But there were books, but also I was like hyper aware that I was helping out with the stall. So I was like, oh, I can't really dawdle too long because I'm going to need to come back in case Amani needs to go away. Which she did a lot. She left me alone so much. Basically, it was funny because I swear down, the everyone thought I was the artist. So there'd be people asking me things about the art and about like different conventions that she might be going to, and I'm there like, "Ah." And because she draws like VTubers and stuff from Digital Circus and what's the other one? Um, oh, what's the Murder Drones dolls? Murder something. Um, murder dro Murder drones. Okay, it's murder drones. Oh my god. Hello. That's okay. Thank you for dropping in. We're just very spottily talking about uh DoujinCon. Oh my god. My brain is still short circuiting. But so people would come over and ask me things and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, this one," and I'm like, "I don't know who that is. Could you point to it?" And they'd point to it. I'd be like, okay, I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. And then there'd be some people who talk to me about like other VTubers and stuff, and I'm there like, I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. I can't engage in conversation, but it sounds like you're really passionate about it. Like that's cool. Um, like I don't watch that many VTubers. It's mainly um ones that I see from reels and stuff on Instagram mainly. So like Fillion. Um there's also another one that I follow. I think I follow. There's like a bird. Um I'm not sure who it is. Coming to think of it, and I don't actually know if I do follow them. But there's only a few. Um oh, Chibi Doki. Um this is not going to go well. Uh, and I have watched some of. Um, actually, no, I haven't watched any of Monarch streams. I just see clips of it, and it's just absolute chaos between her and Sayu because it's just her needing tech support and getting tattled on for having tech problems, and then Sayu jumping in like, heard you're having tech issues, and she's just like, who tattled on me? You're gonna get banned. Um, that's my experience with seeing some of these ones. But they do seem pretty popular. And obviously there was that whole fiasco with Vishojo somehow losing absolute, was it millions or billions of dollars? Um, which was absolutely insane. Um, but yeah, it's going back to the convention. It for a small convention, it actually got kind of busy. Like it wasn't packed, but when it's like a consistent flow, so it just sort of like stays the same. It did that for quite a while on Saturday. Um, US side screwed up hard. JP was doing good. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. The US is not good with money, it seems. Um, but yeah, it was good. Like, and I went back into my customer service mode. So like, even though I was in cosplay, I was just like, customer service Nicole enters the fray. They're very good. Yeah, they are. They're very good at pocketing the money for themselves, but not getting it for other people, which is not what they should be doing. But hey ho, they're dissolved now, so you don't need to worry about that anymore because they're not around because they screwed themselves over. Um, but it was so they had so they had like panels and stuff, but even though we were quite near the stage, the sound management was awful. So you could barely hear the people talking. So I'd have to like really look back, like just be like, what's going on? Like, proper like, you know, trying to lean in because I just couldn't hear what they were saying. Um, which really sucks because one of them was obviously was going through his art and like part of the process and stuff. Um, I don't really know what else because I could not for the life of me hear him. But I was trying to pay attention because it was interesting and it seems like that he's put a lot of effort into the books he's doing and like drawings and all that kind of stuff, which every artist does, of course. Um, but it's just a real shame that the audio was so low because I think that probably would have drawn more people in. But in contrast, they had they had a couple of musicians there as well. So for like a solid hour, there was basically a rave going on. I kid you not. This guy was playing music on what was basically a lightsaber, but he had like made it into a guitar. So he was just there on this lightsaber guitar playing this music, and it was really surreal and way too loud. Like, way too loud. I had to put my loops in because I could not deal with how loud it was. It was not good. So you had the person who was needed a big boost in volume barely get a boost, and then the person who was creating the most sound get even more volume. Bear in mind, this is a very tiny venue, and there was not a lot of people there, so it's not even like the sound waves were getting absorbed by the sheer amount of people in there. It was just reverberating off of the walls and just it was way too much. Um, it was not good. So they definitely, hopefully, actually, I wonder if you can, I wonder if there's feedback. I don't know. I have to have a look at that later, but definitely something to say something to them um, for next time, because if they're going to do another one, there's no way they can do that again because that was just insane how loud it was. It was not good. Um, yeah. But it was interesting to see because it was like quite chill, and then as soon as this guy came on, there was like a whole crowd. So there was like loads of people watching him, and it honestly it was basically a rave, and these people were going nuts. They were bopping around. They had light sticks, like the proper ones you see in Japan, not the shitty ones that we get here. Well, actually, that we don't get here. If we're lucky to get here, They had proper ones, the decent ones with the glitter and the like the straps and the chunkiness, which I could have got, but I didn't. But it's really cool because it was like you could get stuff from Japan here, which was really nice. But what was quite interesting is that on so from the Saturday, there was people that ended up like packing down. So they literally only went there for a day, and I think some of them were like Japanese artists as well. And then the tables were completely bare on the Sunday. But then new artists took their place, which really confused me because I went down these aisles. I went down these aisles, and then suddenly there's like a whole new stuff there, and I'm like, I don't remember this from yesterday. What's going on? But it seems a bit silly to just do one day and then go away. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Um, but it's quite interesting being on the well behind the table because the day it doesn't feel like a long day. It's kind of the same as cosplay because it just goes so quickly and you do just end up getting chatty with other people from tables and yeah, it's a different atmosphere. It's I feel like there's a better chance to talk to some of them. Um, but that could also be because it was a smaller con. That might have been it as well, because it, yeah, it's definitely not. I'd say it's definitely not a convention that could do 2 days. Like you probably could have fit everything into one day. So it, yeah, having 2 days was probably a bit much for it. But at the same time, they did try and have a few different things to do. But what was really weird was they had the layout. Um, I'm gonna have to go onto Instagram. So they had the layout, and like near the wall where you go in, there was meant to be like what was it? An exhibition area, but there was nothing there, which was really odd. So I'm not sure what they were meant to be showing there, but like, let me show you. So this is the map. So this is the map. Like it looks like a reasonable size. Like there's a fair few tables there, and then you've got like 3 workshop tables, which you can see here. Which one of them was, yeah, it um, and the area they designated for cosplay was basically just somewhere people went to sit down. That's basically all it was. It was just a bit of floor. That's all it was. There wasn't anything there. It was just a bit of floor. Yeah, exactly. Because at one point there was just literally a group of weebs just sitting down. Like we're all weebs there, so it's fine. But like it was just a group of people sitting down. They weren't even doing that. So there was only like 1 or 2 people actually using the cosplay area for cosplay stuff. So there was a photographer going around as well. We did take a couple of pictures of this one cosplayer, but then I've ruffled up my blanket. Oh God, get myself stuck now. Jesus, getting stuck on everything. Um, yeah. So like there was a little bit of cosplay in the area, but not as much as they probably hoped for. But I think cosplayers in total, there was probably, I'd say maybe about 10, maybe a bit more. There was a panty, panty? Yeah, there was a panty cosplayer, um, who was walking around at one point. You had the Ellen, you had me as Nicole on the Saturday. Um, there was the Toho cosplayers. There was the Inosuke. Yes, there was the Inosuke. Poor panty no stocking. I know. I know. Um, and who else was there? Because I didn't actually end up getting any pictures with any cosplayers, but there was a really a sweet interaction with some older ladies. So they'd come over to a mayonnaise stall and they were looking at all the stuff and they clearly didn't know what half of it was, but they really liked it. So one of them did actually end up buying from there. And they were like, "Oh, can we get a picture with you two?" It's just like, "Yeah, it's fine, it's fine." It's like, "Oh, you look lovely, you look so good," all that kind of stuff, and just being really sweet and everything. Um, yeah, and it was just like a really sort of like wholesome interaction because I don't know whether they were expecting something different or whether they were just like at the hotel already and they just kind of like wandered in, bought a ticket, and then just kind of had a wander. But like it didn't seem like that they knew what half of it was. So it's nice to see that like even people who have no idea still are like, "Oh, this is interesting. Let's see what this is," and do it in such a positive way as well because there could have been so many ways that someone could have made it negative. So it was just a quite refreshing. Um, just realized you can see my browser. Not that there's anything weird on there. Um, yeah, but yeah. Um, it would have been nice if they had not made the music so loud though, because that was a bit unbearable. But hopefully they'll learn for next time. But there were some pretty cool artists, like, and they've got some really funky cards as well. Um, so like, there's this one, which, come on, what am I doing? Focus, which is double-sided, which is pretty cool. Um, and they had like, if I remember correctly, they had Final Fantasy stuff because I think it was them. Because I bought, I will double check in a moment, but I bought this really cool. I'll get the hang of this one day. Come on, focus on the right thing. No. So it's, come on, focus. Oh my god, it's not fixing. But it's really cute. Um, oh my god. Focus on the thing. There we go. It's Harsher Font from Final Fantasy 14. Ishgard's finest milk. Recommended in hot chocolate. Really cute. Very expired milk. Yep, pretty much. But it's got sparkles in it. So it's really cool. And then, like, you've got this cute little one. Like, look at that. That's adorable. And then, oh, I've just realized this one has like um Adventure Guild, and then it's got a little quest board on the back, which I didn't actually realize. Make a purchase, subscribe to the newsletter, return this card for your quest reward. If I remember correctly, this is the one. So they had such a cute stall. Um, let me scan, dropping it down. Let me scan it, and then I can show you. Because if it's the one I remember. No, they don't have an Instagram. Okay, let's see if I can view their blue sky. I'm not going to be able to, am I? Oh no, I pressed the wrong thing. Post media. It is. It is this one. So it was really cute. So they had like, as you can probably kind of tell from the business card, it's like Adventures Guild. So it's very sort of like, um, you know, my phone is not the right color. There we go. So it was really cute, and it was like you had scrolls. This, so this here was a little cake tower, and it had the cutest little like pins on. So they were basically like plush pins, and they were so soft. Like I don't think I'd be able to put it on and not just be like touching it all the time because it was just so soft. Yeah, they had a cute little dragon as well. So that was really cool. But yeah, it was very much like going into like a little tavern, which is really cool. So you had that for contrast, and then their scrolls were so well too. Oh yeah, because there was indeed an elf. Yeah, because you got one of the scrolls, didn't you? What was on the scroll? Or can you not tell? Are you not allowed to tell what's on the scroll? And then a wish scroll. That sounds cool. Yeah. Oh, they do have an Instagram. Okay, so the next one is this one here. And I realize I'm holding the name, holding over the name. Miko Ma Maestra? Maestra? I guess I can have a wish. I didn't read. Didn't read. So you got a scroll that has words on, and you didn't read it. Read. Read the damn scroll. Oh, great. So we've got two people who can't read in chat. That's perfect. Brilliant. God. Jeez, you are terrible. Need to get you some. No, it's a telepathic readout. You're not seeing this, you're hearing it. Go get some cookies and milk. Granny Ilts won't teach me how to read. Quoven scroll. What's a quoven scroll? Mince. What is this word? What is a quoven scroll? What are you saying right now? Oh my god, I think I found them. There we go. There we go. So, Oh, they haven't posted soon. Oh no, they did post DoujinCon. I fat finger keep open scroll. It shows. Auto. Wait, hang on. Is it basically the same? Not quite. Okay. Oh, they didn't take. Okay, so if I can get it to focus. So there was like quite a few Final Fantasy things that they had. So they had stickers, they had keychains, but they had the Scions, so they had Alphino, Alize, Grahatia, Y'shtola, Thancred, Urianger, Supersonic. Oh, yep, and Supersonic. Supersonic too. Um, oh yeah, here we go. Here's a better picture of their charms on a different post. So these are their little Scion charms, which are really cute, really cute. And then they've got a bunch of Sonic stickers and stuff. And they had a little thing. It's like this is from a different one, so that was pretty cool. Actually, I should probably give them a follow. I did buy from them. Wahaha. Hang on, we've got through each one, each one, each one. You know what? I really, why are you choking him? I don't know why he's being choked. It wasn't me. That was someone else's post. They've got problems, it seems. So I really do like collecting artist cards because they're all just so different. Like, there's just so many different things they put on. Like this one. Basically, this is the front. It's like a really cute piece of art. Like, how nice is that? And it says Burn Bright. And then you've got their tag on the back. Like, really cool. And then you've got one, which is really nice as well. Like, see what I mean? It's all like really just unique and different. And it really kind of shows what kind of things the artist does as well. This one. Just spook artist. Trying to not focus on it. Focus on it. Do it. Oh. There we go. Spooky. And then I think it was this one. So manga artist. This card is for the one who was doing the panel where I couldn't hear him, which is really annoying because he has some really cute stuff. And he actually had a plush, so the plush was actually what's on this card. And look at them. They're so cool. But yeah. Award-winning manga artists. So that's, and then can't remember it. But like this is one I think this is another one that does Final Fantasy stuff. Like, look how cute that is. And then got this one here. That's some funky stuff. So you had quite a few illustrators there as well, which was really nice. And then there was one stall that had frogs. They had frogs. So I do have like my stuff here. So I was like, I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna show them off. So we've got this little frog. Froggy with a mushroom. Look how cute. Then a mushroom. Camera not working again. Then there's also this one. Like a little Totoro. You can't park that mushroom there again. It's terrible. Absolutely awful. Ashamed of myself with that one. Oh yeah. Another card. And then there's a little kitty. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Bit more of a like, basic one. Yeah. So I think it was the froggy one who was just like, "Do you want a free Pokemon card?" I was like, "Do you want a free Pokemon card?" I mean, yeah. But also it's just like one of those things where it's just like you're buying stuff and it's just like, "Do you want a Pokemon card?" Like, why? Why? But got a Rotom. Yay. Little Rotom. But of my favourite things I got, which I may have seen at Hyper Japan last year, is Kitty 9S, but it's double-sided. So you've got him without the visor. Stop trying to focus on me. But yeah. Kitty 9S, the name. Because obviously, if anyone knows me, they know the one character I'm 1,000,000% not going to miss out on. Kitty 2B. Oh my god, focus. Focus on the keychain. She's so cute. And then they also had, which I kind of wasn't expecting, because usually it's just Nier Automata stuff that you see. You don't usually see stuff from Replicant. Bill Kiney is again double-sided. It's really cool. And I also got one of the stickers, because why not? Stickies! And one that I didn't expect to see is, take it out of the packet because in case, is Lymphina. Oh my god, I wish the camera would focus on where I want it to focus. Stop. But like you can see, little Lymphina. Really cute. Yeah. Now I'm just stacking them all over. Yeah, there was like a real good variation of artists. And there was quite a few different things as well. So it wasn't just like books and stuff. So they were selling. What was going on with my hair there? Um, so yeah, they had like the glow sticks, and then they were even selling some Genshin Impact merch, but it was more like um bags. So it had different characters on each side. So there was one where it had Ayaka, um, Nahida, and I'm trying to think who the other character was on there. But they had some pretty funky stuff, although it was a little bit expensive for just a bag. Like, I think it's £35 for a paper bag with some Genshin characters on. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. Not sure if it's £35 worth of cool. I was like, oh, maybe you just get it when you buy something from them. It was a bit much. But hey ho. Um, yeah, they I think all in all it was a good convention. Um, and just like the the funniness of me getting confused. So like I would go to other artist stalls and they'd be like, "Oh, we can do a trade, we can do a trade." And I'm just like, "It's not my stuff. I'm not the artist, it's her over there." So I had I can't just peddle someone else's stuff. So that was interesting. Um I think it's because I am a bit more vibrant, and what I have noticed is artists at conventions, they will be like quite vibrant. They will be like either have colorful hair, they'll have like an interesting outfit on, or like just be very sort of like, I guess it would be considered OTT. Um, but even in cosplay, I somehow got confused, which was quite funny. Um, yeah, I don't think it's like it's probably more strenuous when you're at a bigger convention because the footfall is a lot higher. But this seemed pretty chill. Like it it didn't feel like 2 days, and they were the same times as well. So they were quite long days. They were like 8 hours or so. So of just mainly sitting there. But it was kind of nice because I was just exhausted from the previous two conventions that I went to. So it was quite nice to just like sit down and not really do anything. So it was still tiring, but not as bad as it would have been if I was just full on cosplaying again at another convention fully. So I think I know my limit now, and that's like two in a row. Any more than that, and my brain's gonna die. So it's fun though. It's good. Um, but it is quite interesting to see like when it goes dead, whether then back at it. Yeah. Well, August, September, October, November. No, it's more like 3 months potentially. Because of Hyper Japan Manchester. Um, yeah, there's no conventions in October that I'm going to. October will be my spoopy stream month. So I might not do as many as last year. Though having said that, I'm not packing my entire life. So who knows? But I'll definitely do make sure I have my schedule sorted out more than just like a week before, So I've got a bit of time to make a new calendar for October. Um, but I'm not sure what to draw this time. I'll have to have a think about that because Emil was really easy to draw because it's just circle, circle face. But I don't know. I need to mix it up. I need to do something different. So I have to have a think. I have to have a play around. Maybe not this weekend, but maybe like next weekend. I might have a little think about what I could do. And yeah. Um, what else? Trying to think. Um, it was just like it was just Diddy. Like, there's not really much else to say. I mean, it definitely has potential because of the variation they have. So people looking for, literally just to go to a convention for literally artistic works, it's a fantastic idea. I mean, Japan does it, and if anyone knows how busy Comic-Con gets, like, it's insane. Um, and that's a 2-day event. Um, what's the wording I need to use? How many people? That'll do. That'll do, Google. That'll do. Well, so wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Um, I didn't realize that Comic-Con has been going since 1975. 90, that's 50 years. Comic-Con is 50 years old this year. That's insane. That is insane. That is crazy. Apparently. Ooh, God. Getting the sleepies. So, more than 300,000 people attend Comic-Con in a year. They have two a year. They have two events in a year. And they're only 2-day events as well. I've got hair in my mouth. Where'd it come from? Yeah, you. Num num num. Not so tasty. Oh yeah, of course, because they have different rules as well. They have different cosplay rules. That's so... What? So you have to pay to go in cosplay, and then you have to pay to enter the event as well, which means that you're having to pay twice as much to cosplay, and you have to change their... Yeah, but still... That's just... Oh, I don't want a wiki page. What? So how do you... How do I... Okay, there we go. They have... They have 4 different types of ticket. So... And 2 of them are already sold out. Oh, the tickets are done by lottery as well. I don't know whether that's good or bad. All attendees can use the cosplay changing room after entering. A 500 yen registration fee applies. Expect a queue. So hang on, how much is... I can spell. So... Oh, okay. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so... So, Japan, 5,000 yen for their convention is like £25. And over here, it's almost £100 for a weekend at MCN. That's insane. That's really strange. Like, their rules are so different to over here as well, because it's like early entry ticket. Please arrive at your ticket's entry gate between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. that allows you to queue up until 10:30 when entry starts. So you potentially have to arrive 2.5 hours before early entry even starts just to get in. Yeah, no, yeah, I know. We've all watched Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It's, yeah, I know it's insane. Still, that's so crazy. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I'm doing yawns. Yeah. No, I think it would be interesting to go to, potentially. Somewhere down the line, you know, if ever. Um, yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else to talk about DoujinCon. Um, it did sell out on Saturday, so that's interesting. So I don't actually know how many tickets that exactly was. I think I vaguely remember seeing that there was maybe 60 or something tickets left when I saw one of the posts before going up. Oh, my light just turned itself off. In mild darkness there. Um, yeah, so I think maybe they had like well over 100 tickets, maybe like over 200. Definitely felt like there was a good amount. So frozen, not fair. Frozen? Why are you frozen? It's not me. Oh, interesting. I don't know what happened there. Oh, I've got no drop frames or anything. Sure, it wasn't because my light went out. um, yeah, but it Twitch side. Okay. But yeah, it definitely has potential. I reckon if they work out a few of their kinks and put in a few more things, and maybe it was good that they did have a seating area, so you could just go sit down and chill. But there was definitely a lack of entertainment. So while they did have things on the stage, it wasn't consistent. So it'd be like 1 hour in the morning, they'd have something going on, then a couple of hours, just absolutely nothing, and then something for like an hour, and then it would kind of repeat that. So I think there was a lack of gripping things to keep you there. And because it was so small, it's like you could literally get around it in about 10 minutes. So, yeah, it definitely has potential. So it'll be interesting to see what it's like next year. Um, although I don't know. Yeah, I think it depends if it does get bigger as to whether I'll go as like an attendee or if Amani is vending again, might help her again, but we'll see what happens. Um, yeah, I think I don't think there's really much else to say about it now because it really was just a very small convention, so it's just a shame about like the sound and everything, really. Um, hang on, let's just check their what they got. Yeah, so hmm. Yeah, so on the day before, they sold out of Saturday tickets. On Sunday, they had 10 left, and weekend ticket, they had 35, which isn't too bad. Oh, and they had a limited amount on the door, so that's not too bad. To be fair, like, they could probably get away with that because people probably leave quite early because there wasn't really, like I said, there wasn't really that much to do. Um, so apparently, manga Jiman desk activities with the Embassy of Japan. Oh yeah, so live talks, live talks. So there was meant to be live talks, which you couldn't hear for a solid like 40 odd minutes. But yeah, pretty much. There were some people who stayed quite late. Um, like, there were some people who did manage to stay like all day, which I have no idea what they did. Oh, actually, that was it. So with the workshops, um, they had so they basically had one of them where it was just you could kind of draw whatever you want on it, and it was just kind of contributing to the piece on the table. And then one of the other ones, it was like creating your own short 4-panel manga kind of thing. So that was kind of cool. I'm trying to think what the third one was. I'm trying to think if they posted about it. They probably would have done. So, okay, so that's actually pretty crazy. So they did actually post. So this was 4 days before the event. So they had 163 Saturday left and 146 Sunday, 82 weekend. And then literally 3 days, 3 days, so the next day, the amount of tickets basically halved. they sold quite a lot, and then literally pretty much sold them all the next day. And then one day before, they had basically sold everything. So that's pretty insane. Like I know it's not as much as like MCM and stuff, but that's still a lot of people. Like for a small venue, it's still a lot of people. Oh, DoujinCon were advertising at Hyper Japan. I didn't see that. Hyper Japan was so busy both days. You could barely see anything sometimes. That's interesting that they're advertising at Hyper Japan, but that kind of makes sense considering it's Japanese. But yeah. Hmm. Well, I think that's oh, enough of me yapping about DoujinCon. I don't think there's really anything else for me to cover off there. Um, so it's almost 10 o'clock, so what I might do is boot up. Hmm, what do you think? Quite the next one now. No, I need to rest. I need to sleep. I am not waking up early on Saturday. I'm turning off all alarms. There will be no alarms waking me up. I need rest. I'm actually contemplating booking some time off of work just so I can have a little bit of extra downtime. Be nice. But for next convention, most likely will be Hyper Japan Manchester because it's quite local-ish, and I can just get there with public transport quite easily. But I might, if I can get a hold of a decent enough wig, um, I might look at my Carlotta cosplay, which I haven't really advertised, from Weathering Waves, because I have the cosplay. I just don't have the wig because it's still quite new in terms of like over this side rather than like in Asia because they're generally a lot easier to get over there. Um, yeah, but I think that's going to be another interesting build. But also, hand, how do you want to? Either way, this one, this one. Um, I might see if I can get done the other bits that I want to get done for it. So where you see where the hair is now, it goes down, down. I have the ball things for her wig, which I need to affix to it, but I basically want to create like a cage. So have multiple wires coming down from the tip of the base of the pigtail, and then coming out a bit more. She has it a little bit wavy and a bit bulky, but also the ball bits for her wig, for her hair, are hollow inside. So I'm basically thinking about creating a wire frame for it to sit on, so on the inside and then the bottom, so it kind of hooks around, and then putting batting around it so it just stays in place so it will not move. And then a bit like what I've done with the rest of the wig at the back, where I glued it down, do a similar thing there. So it's all just glued down and it just won't move. However, it does mean transporting it will become very interesting. You'll be like, oh yes, I'll have one little box and then there's another box. Or what might have to do is, I don't know, get like a long box and then see if I can stuff it in my suitcase. That's the word I'm looking for. No, I think Anne is... We're probably not going to go to any more conventions. At least for not very long. Because MegaCon was very much overwhelming for all the guys. Because they tapped out way before I did. Like, we went for food at one point, and I think that was the point that they all just tapped out. And there's me like, I'm still going. Like, I'm off. I'm gonna go do stuff. And I managed to get a photo shoot of my chingy as well. Really cool. But the person who took the photos. Oh my god, my brain is took the photos is a wedding photographer as well, so she prioritizes those, which is fine. Fine. I'm in no rush. I've got things to post, which reminds me I haven't actually done a post in a little while. Whoops. Yeah. So I need to do another post on the grams. Yeah. Wedding chingy. Wedding chingy? Oh, I see what you mean. No, because that would mean getting something that even resembles a wedding dress. And do you really think Chingy would do that? Come on. Wait, did you not mean wedding Chingy? Hmm. You know what? Let's get on some ZZZ. So I am going to do a very quick BRB while I just set up Umbrella Tone. While I just set up the game, because it just do that. But yes, I'll be back very shortly, and we shall be doing some little zenless bits. Might continue with the story, or I might start the event stuff. Because I haven't had a chance to start that yet. But I was wondering why I wasn't able to access some of the content. So I'm actually outside the main story now, so I can actually do other things because I've been locked out for ages. Because I haven't got far enough in the story to pause, basically. So I'm gonna go sort that out, and I'll be back in just a few moments. Where's my BRB thing? What am I doing?